Ramble.
Thank you to Upstart, Meundies, Mint Mobile, and HelloFresh for sponsoring today's episode. Well, welcome to the TryPod, our podcast.
Yeah, we're good.
This is a very exciting day because we are in our brand new podcast studio.
Oh my
We already have a new coffee stain on our marble table. Apparently, marble just drinks it up.
It's extremely porous.
My
Who
best
knew?
advice is if anyone's considering a nice piece of marble, get quartz instead. It looks like marble, but it doesn't get damaged as easily. Like marble is incredibly porous, like one of the most porous materials that we use, and we pay extra for it, and it also is the easiest to stain.
The more you know.
I have a marble coffee table, and
But why is the mountaintop figuratively a marble counter on your kitchen?
That's a great question. Special guest Ryan Bergara and Shane Madej joining us here.
Thank you for having us. Very good. But seriously, though, why is that?
Well, here's a good question for you. Gold, why is it so great? It's the softest
It's very
metal. It's
soft,
very
yeah.
easy to fuck it up.
Yeah.
And yet, I think it's something about fragile things we hold in high regard, like lace.
Like a Fabergé egg.
That's very human.
Like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so valuable.
Yeah.
And we hold you in high regard as well.
Oh my God.
Well, it's so exciting to have our Watcher Buds here with us today. We have known each other for 7 years.
oh my gosh.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, it's
Okay, yeah,
true.
20
You started in mid-2014.
Mid
Oh,
2014.
he's
and-
right.
And
fuck.
because we were at DeLongpre when both of you.
Oh
you
no,
must
I
have
want to
right before.
die.
Holy shit, dude.
Guys, I looked online.
We were
last
both-
night.
it was the long.
I realized I've been on Twitter for 12 years, and I wanted to jump off a bridge.
That's long.
That is
Yeah,
wild.
I started around Wally. So around the release of I the movie. remember Wall-E?
Oh,
some of my early tweets were Wally centric, I think.
Oh, I love
So it's been midsummer 2008.
I've been tweeting since Wally.
yeah,
Dude,
tweeting since Wally.
That's as good a time as any to start. I remember my Wally experience was ruined by
It was
my
an
friend.
incredible summer.
It was ruined by my friend, though.
It's a great
Well,
summer for movies. Let's talk about
Wally, Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Iron Man.
Iron Man came.
Wow.
I was a Speed Racer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's incredible. We don't have to get into it, but yeah, that was an amazing. That summer is burned into my brain as like one of the great movies.
It's a good one. It's up
Wally
there in the
was like
echelon.
before that movie came out. Sorry to just start talking about Wally right away. Hi everybody.
That's the Ghoul Boy promise. You're going to get some cinema talk.
I fucking love Wally. Hey,
It's good.
I just remember being so spellbound by the trailer, and my expectations were so high. And it's one of the few movies where I listened to the score beforehand.
I don't recall the trailer being
Oh my
particularly spectacular.
I love
Walk
it.
me through the trailer. What happens? Let's make this audio.
The trailer is just like the first 20 minutes of the
on
movie. It's him-
post-apocalyptic Earth,
Yeah.
a wasteland, and then little robot tractor.
Nice. I
runs
like this
through.
audio storyboard that we're getting here.
The trailer is
Meet Wally. He's a little adorable robot.
Wally. He's a little robot living in a post-apocalyptic landscape.
That's good.
and
I
it
like
ends with
that.
him looking up at the stars. And then I think there's maybe a quick montage of like some of his zany adventures in
Is
space.
it set
but
to What a Wonderful World?
I think it's
That's
set
great.
to either Le'Veon Rose or
and then I think
Yeah,
the
Rose.
the little post bumper is him shooting himself backward with the
Yes.
fire extinguisher.
Okay, I do remember
Oh
that,
my
which is also featured in great effect in World of Color. They use that in World of Color as well. I forgot that the trailer basically distills the idea of the movie down to robot wants to fall in love.
Yeah, it's adorable. And then there's the big people in the float chairs, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Our future.
The gels. The gels is what they call them.
March of the Gels.
Yeah.
Guys, I love my mother.
Yeah.
But I tried to make her watch Wally once,
You don't
and
like it?
she fell asleep in the opening and then was like, this is boring. That's crazy. And I will never forgive that.
My mother claims to have taken us to see Toy Story.
Oh god,
And
here we go
she
again.
never did.
And she won't watch it?
This is
And
the-
I at the time, I don't think I recognized like this is a revolutionary movie from a studio that will change the face of animated entertainment. But I was like, I want to see those toys. And she never took us. We eventually, that thing took years to come out on VHS.
Talk shit about your mom, Ryan.
Yeah,
I
come on.
mean, I just want to point out this is the third time he's brought that story.
well, it's clearly something
And
I'm
he's-
working
and he's
through.
It was
Clearly-
a good movie, and I saw it in theaters, and it was pretty magical. So I understand he was devoid of that magic
Yeah.
growing up, which is sad.
it's weird that you're grinding this axe over and over again.
He made
in
up for it
public.
by after that, like every Pixar movie we all went to see. So,
Jumping back to Wally very quickly.
No, don't be quick at all.
Have you guys
no need for brevity.
seen it as another brick in the Wally where you play Pink Floyd's The Wall?
I've heard
with
it. I've heard it's strong.
It does work significantly for like the first
For people who don't know, Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall.
Yeah,
Great rock,
yeah.
classic rock album.
So it is really good for the first 75 minutes or so. It's almost like unnervingly perfect.
Interesting.
Like where the helicopter comes at the same time, the helicopter sound comes at the same time the thing is landing.
Whoa.
It literally plays Another Brick in the Wall when he's taking the bricks, putting the garbage
That's so
bricks in a wall.
fun. So
It is
stupid.
Wow.
insane.
The classic, of course, is Dark Side of the Moon syncing up to Wizard of Oz. Which
Or Paul Blart Mall Cop.
no.
serious.
Wait, to what?
Yeah, to the same one. To the same song.
I love
Holy
it.
shit.
Hey
I'm
man,
sorry.
great art finds
It's
each
Dark
other.
Side of the Mall, I believe. I can't remember what it's called. Wait, have you guys not heard of this?
I am so much more interested in that.
Very up my alley.
Look it up. I can't remember if it's Paul Blart 1 or 2, but it syncs up almost perfect.
I hope it's 2. And I hope that was the director's secret agenda.
What are you
Yeah,
guys
dude.
doing after this?
Another Floyd joint.
I'm curious to know what the little syncs are. Like what curious little moments there are.
Paul,
I haven't seen it yet.
I've never seen either of the
unfamiliar with
Blarts.
Paul-
Yeah.
I've never seen Paul Blart.
Maybe we should do that.
Money sinks to a dope mall montage.
Yeah.
Him on a Segway, I assume.
Something I did recently, Sarah and I were playing a lot of Mario Kart with my brother online over the pandemic. And anytime we pick Rainbow Road 64, we start blasting We Like to Party by the Venga Boys because it fits it perfectly. But it's sort of the same thing. Like during the race, things will happen that just happen to like work with the music. Like
That's
you might
awesome.
nail someone with a red shell right as there's like a little, it's great.
There's a name for that phenomenon where our brains seek patterns where
Yeah,
none
we try
exist.
to sync things. Yeah.
So you're telling me that that's just stained now, this table. I can't rub water into it?
No, you should not rub water into it.
Why
It'll-
not?
It'll drink the water.
Yeah, but then that'll
That
count.
sounds good.
Well,
That's
that's
not-
not-
it's thirsty.
A parched marble.
It will be darker from the water itself.
So we're just going to accept that there's now a coffee stain.
We can get a cleaner that can clean it out.
If I didn't
That's
know it was a
laborious.
coffee stain, it would just look like
hire
marble. It kind of feels
I'm going
like,
to
No, not a
never
person.
forget
No,
that Shane.
There's a cleaning agent that will take it out, but it will be laborious, and we should do it immediately.
Oh, I
know what's
also
cheaper?
we
was
should
picturing.
end the podcast.
I was also picturing a cleaner. I was thinking that guy from Toy Story 2 cleans Woody's eye.
yeah.
I thought he was going to come in here.
Honestly, there probably is
yeah.
a guy who would do a better job than the agent that we could buy.
Did we
You know
send
what's
Miles
cheaper
out?
is just dumping coffee.
Yeah.
Yes, you could also cover the entire thing in the same amount of coffee.
Yeah.
And
Not a
then
bad
it will
idea.
be a nice bronzed marble.
The fact that it drinks it so easily, does that suggest that it needs it or it likes the water? Like, do you ever just pour water on your marble to give it a little
No,
taste?
I don't, Ryan.
You should try it.
I
Listen.
don't. The
No.
rock does not need sustenance.
Maybe it'll
You
appreciate
sound like
you
a bad
more.
owner.
Maybe it'll
Maybe.
clean the coffee stain
Your marble's gonna
itself
die.
if you fed it some water.
I would love for the marble to
Let's
die.
try it right now.
pour a whole
So
bottle
we've
of
known
it.
each other for 7 years. Do you remember the beginnings? Because you guys were both interns.
We were
on
interns.
early Try Guys videos.
And one of my first shoots was a personal Zach Kornfeld joint.
Woo! Hot damn. Was it it was one of those like I think I know it. I used to do like those scripted unscripted hybrids.
Yeah, it was with Gabby.
Uh-huh. You were a very good DP,
That
director
was-
of photography. That was your claim to fame when you came in.
That was the thing. I walked into BuzzFeed in full dork mode.
Yeah.
I had like all of my cinematography gear. I had my gel set.
Uh-huh.
I had my on-set clip, my like actual like utility belt. Like I was like a lame Batman.
So I remember very well because it was rare at that time to find people within our network who actually knew how to light well. And I was like, okay, but not good. But I wanted someone who was good. So Ryan came in and I'm like, I'm drafting him. Like first draft pick dibs. And I definitely tried to get you on as many things as possible. And then he started doing unscripted videos. And I was like, what a fucking waste.
I remember that actually distinctly when I made the switch from just like realizing I'm not very happy doing cinematography to like hosting and like doing unscripted videos. I remember one day, and this is I remember this fondly. This could come off as a diss, but I remember it fondly. I was editing my first hosted video, and Quinta walked behind me. And me and Quinta, we have like a brother-sister relationship where I'm like the little brother.
Yeah, everyone thinks that.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, she just shits on me relentlessly. And then, you know what? I just make it funny so I could take it. But I remember she walked behind my screen and she was just like, man, they got Ryan hosting videos now? That's crazy. All right. And then I was like, thank you, Quinta. I've talked to her about that memory since, and we just have a laugh. You know,
That's beautiful.
You were, I think you lit the first video that the Try Guys ever did
I lit
together.
the first Try Guys
The Victoria's Secret underwear.
Victoria's Secret underwear
Yeah.
video where I now regrettably made it so that it was like the Austin
silhouette.
Powers silhouette. Yeah. And by Austin Powers, I don't know if that's a dated reference now, but basically there was a gag where you could see the silhouette of Austin Powers doing really dirty things like taking a dump or peeing and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that was like week 1 for Ryan, I think, and he definitely saw the silhouette of my drooping nutsack.
Boy, oh boy. I always hear horror stories about people with student loans, other debts, all these things, and I just wish there were better solutions out there for debt consolidation, just ways to make it easy for people to repay all these things without being scared of those crazy letters that come in. Upstart can help you pay off your debt. You can join the thousands of happy borrowers who made that final payment. It's the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. So whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating your high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment.
So unlike other lenders, they are looking at more than just your credit score, like your income, your employment history, and that means that they can offer you smarter rates with trusted partners.
Got a 5-minute online rate check. You can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 to $50,000, and you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loans.
Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/tryguys. That's upstart.com/tryguys. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you.
Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/tryguys.
I definitely saw the actually
Upside down
pretty
McDonald's
defined
arch.
The
silhouette.
twig and berries of all 4 members.
Yeah, it was
The members of all 4 members.
the defined
perhaps.
silhouette of all parties.
It was very
involved.
funny because I remember being one of the editors on it, and I was like, "This is hilarious." There's just dick shadow puppets all over.
It was
the place.
brutal. Yeah. And I just remember thinking, I guess this is BuzzFeed because that was like one of my first shoots.
Yeah, how quickly
welcome,
into
son.
your internship was that? 'Cause
That
you
must have
started
been-
a few months before me.
That must have been a week or two.
I think it was literally your first shoot.
Yeah.
Is
I
at least
think it
my
was,
memory of it.
My first shoot I think was you, and then my
Oh, okay.
second shoot I think was maybe that.
Wow.
So it was like a double dose of cornfield. Very different experience. First
The
one,
mind and the body.
pretty fun.
Somehow, I was the mentor for most of Watcher. At like BuzzFeed. I don't think I was officially your mentor, Shane.
I was with Kate and Brandon. I think,
Yeah,
mostly.
but like you were you worked with us a lot.
Yeah.
And also I was like, what do you mean you're not gonna hire Shane, you fucking idiot?
I mean, Kate. So I
Is this
was
an open
always,
story? Do you know, like, did the world know about this?
I don't know. I know they definitely were not going to hire me,
Yeah.
and I know for sure that Kate Sosa really stuck her neck out.
We were all furious.
I also was like,
Myself, we all told the person that we're all thinking that he
Yes,
was
yeah.
a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Your videos were so clearly so much better edited than anyone else's. Your
were great.
graphic skills
They're
were
so
out
beautiful.
of this fucking world. I still remember your board game facts video,
Yeah.
which is not a remarkable video, but
no, yeah.
the editing within it sure as shit is. And I'm like, you're telling me you're gonna hire these other fucks, but you're not gonna bring Shane on?
Yeah, it was weird. I was thinking the other day about how nerve-wracking it was when they were sort of like making those decisions. And
So stupid.
I have always been a very meticulous and slow editor. I think because I tend to like, if there's like a fun little detail I can add to something, and the option is like, it will survive without this doing this thing, or you could spend 2 hours on doing this thing. I will spend 2 hours on doing that thing to my own detriment.
or I mean, to the glee of everyone who watches your content.
Benefit of the planet.
it makes a better product, but you're like, but is it actually getting more views? Probably not, but it is a better product.
Right.
You could sleep at night.
Yeah. So when it came down to that, I was like, I'm very slow with a lot of this stuff. I get it. They're not going to hire me. And then I was very, very surprised that they did.
I remember one of my arguments was like, I was like, okay, so BuzzFeed has one Dimitri Simakis, who's this unbelievable man of Illustrator and like After Effects, and could create such magic out of nothing. And this guy Shane is the only person we've hired in the last 100 people that can do anything remotely clear like that. You're fools for not getting a second one of someone with these types of skills. And Dimitri went on like running Super Deluxe, and he runs everything is terrible. He's like the coolest guy ever. And I was like, and this guy can do what he can do. We need to get him. It's so hard to teach what he knows how to do.
And this was like before Shane even went in front of camera too. Like Shane graphically,
when he was just beautiful Shane.
Still, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Graphically, Shane is the most talented person I've ever seen. Just because I remember I was on the same intern island as him. Like he was like, well, you sat across from me.
We did at least when the Force Awakens trailer came out. We were.
That's right.
You mentioned your life in movie trailers.
That's the only real time we talked to each other.
I think the Jurassic World trailer, we were both like,
yeah, we were that guy just like, though you do love Blue the Raptor, but that's neither here nor there. We actually haven't talked about that publicly, where like, it was intense and very, very stressful.
I don't think we've ever really talked about our internship experience.
Was yours similar? Because ours felt like fucking Hunger Games. Like,
so your class, it was you, Eugene, and Ned.
And Adam Bianchi.
No, that was mine.
He came in your class?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
he was maybe in, well, it
was me, Eugene, and Ned, but at that time, there wasn't a class. People were just hired. So like Ned was like a week and a half before me. Eugene was like 3 weeks before me. Patrick Ward was also in that around the same time as
Pat.
me.
You said it sounded like disgust, and I know it wasn't.
No, I love Pat.
It was like after you take a bite of delicious rigatoni or something.
But it is like you came in and you're like, okay, what skills do I have that other people don't, so that I can show that I'm valuable to this company and not be fired? And mine was like, I can edit really fast.
Yeah, you were a speed demon. I was making like 8
I'm
videos
not
a
the
month.
best editor, but I'm the fastest here. And I could like turn around videos in a day. I could just like crush edits. And I would just be like, I would tell also senior producers, like, give me your videos, I'll give you a rough cut in a day. And then like that, to try to prove like I'm valuable. Somebody give me your work and I'll give it back to you almost done.
I don't know if he wants us to tell this, but Ned almost didn't get hired either. And he got brought on as a manager instead and was put on that route.
That.
Yeah. And like did an incredibly valuable thing of being the institutional knowledge that taught an entire generation of our coworkers how to do the stuff we do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was going to be offered a fellowship.
No, and then Eugene also is the reason I didn't get fired.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They were like, and it was so funny because at the time, Eugene and I like weren't close.
Yeah.
But I think he was like, why would you not hire him? He's the fastest editor and he like does everything you ask him to do. He'll literally, she's like,
Right, they were only going to hire Eugene.
yeah,
from
and
your
he's
class.
like, he shows up on the weekends to cut videos for you, and like he like doesn't log all the hours he's working. It's like, what are you
no
talking
one
about?
did.
Like,
They tried to get
yeah.
us to leave at the end of every workday, and we were like, okay, and then kept working.
But even when
so-
you're an intern, though, you fill out a timesheet.
Yeah, I remember
So like
that.
you do
I
get to
never
log
did.
your hours, but I was just like that seems like I didn't work that much, did I? No, I'll put 42 hours. I was really working like 55 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Adam Bianchi started together, Adam from Worth It fame, and we would just like trade off secrets. Like he would do something and then I would try and do it better, and then he would steal from me, and it was just back and forth, and we made each other better. But he was a fucking wonderkind.
Yeah.
That guy is so good.
He knew how to crack viral formats, I think, better than anyone else. And so being next to him, I was very intimidated.
And in terms of my like life rankings of like, I think this guy may hate me, but I'm not sure if he does. Maybe he likes me. He's probably number 1 or 2.
I mean,
Him
at first, but once you
first.
get to know him, you're like, this is the sweetest.
Sure. But then there's still a comment every now and then where you're like, maybe he does hate me.
I don't know. Maybe I just know the sweet side of Adam. But
I miss Adam. I haven't
Il
seen him in a
Nicky
while.
also similar. Those two are
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
also up there in the rankings.
Yeah.
You know, I went to college with Andrew.
I would love to see college Andrew.
I used to get stoned in Thespi's dorm room because her
my
roommate was my best friend, and we had like these little separate dorm rooms. Like, okay, it was like a shared dorm room with these little offshoot rooms, and I would stumble in, I'd be like, hey, and I saw Andrew sitting on the bed, and like, these fucking assholes are gonna make the room stink again. And that was my relationship with
It's
those
so
two.
funny the shared history you have with Thespian AI.
I knew them with
AI
they were
back then.
dating since what, freshman or sophomore year. They've been
1,000 years.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
as evil of a place as that was, I will say that the little battle arena that they created of like making everyone just like compete against each other to make basically great
To
content.
get buttons.
To get buttons. I remember that. I forgot about that.
Be in upper echelon of success on this platform, and your award will be a button of someone you don't like's face.
Yeah.
The buttons of your face?
No, it's just like a various like people.
If you hit a threshold, like I think it was a million views in a week, I think was the threshold on YouTube. There was a button for Facebook, a button for Snapchat maybe, and then there was a button if you got all of them. And then later they introduced these incredibly soft corgi sweaters. And it was like, they were like, hey, we've purchased a sweater for everyone in the company. Come earn it.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you, what was it, the 99th percentile?
99th percentile was meant getting 3 million views in a week. That was of the 99th percentile of views across YouTube.com.
Damn, you remember these benchmarks.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a hoodie for like 2 years.
No kidding.
Even though I worked on things that were like, I helped develop Worth It, but it wasn't my...
Yeah.
I was pissed because
Video.
I had a video that hit that like 2 weeks before they announced the hoodie program.
I also had something
I
like
was
that.
like,
So funny.
I was like,
And
but
then I
I
did
did
that.
it once, though. It's called Meundies. That's their brand. I'm talking about the underwear I'm wearing right now. Meundies.com.
Meundies wants to make this the summer of comfort, and they want you to know that if you want to sit around in your underwear, hey, we're on board. I don't even know why they give us copy. Just get them. Just get the underwear.
Just get them.
You
They're
need
great.
underwear, right?
Becky and I some days will, without knowing,
Match?
put on this
Yeah,
same
we do
pair,
too.
and then we're like, oh my God, lemons. And you're like, lemons? Meundies makes it easy to match too. You can match your bottom half to your better half or your halves. Yes,
and
you
Keith
can match
match.
your friends, baby.
Let's match, Keith.
Let's match. Meundies helps you find matching pairs in a style or color or print of undies that's right for you and your boo.
You will wear underwear, wear the best underwear. You deserve nothing less, okay? Meundies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping.
Meundies also has their problem-free philosophy. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, they're going to refund or exchange it. No caveats, no questions.
To get your 15% off your first order and free shipping, go to Meundies.com/tryguys. That's Meundies.com/tryguys. But it was, yes, it was kind of crazy and manipulated our emotions, but it was thrilling to cheer for your...
That's the silly thing
It was
about
fun.
it is when I got those buttons, I did feel
meant so
pride.
much.
I looked at it and I was like, I did it.
I've moved now 3 times since I worked at BuzzFeed. I have an envelope of all of my
your
little
little
buttons.
Oh, I threw them
Still,
away.
I have buttons with Shane's face on it because then we just started making buttons.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I've got a Shane button with your little birthday hat. I've still got my corgi sweater. You better believe I'm keeping that for life.
That's amazing.
There was some point when Annie got a button making machine.
It's so weird to go through these emotions because I actually approached it very similar to you, Keith. I was like, okay, what can I do here that will make them hire me and see that I have value? And mine was like Zach was saying, I could shoot, I could edit really fast, and I could come up with good concepts that'll.
Yeah, you're cut.
I probably also told you, like, you should edit really fast.
Yeah.
You might have told me that. You know who was really helpful was Jared Sosa.
Talk
He
about
was like
the
my,
true
He
goat.
was like
Great
my
guy.
mentor, and he could
Greatest
see
of all
how
time.
stressed and tweaked I was because I would be there like on weekends and I would stay after and I wouldn't log my hours, so it made it seem like I was editing really fast. But I knew I could come up with stupid ideas that would get a lot of views. So like that was the things I hung my hat on.
Doesn't
And-
it feel like we're seniors in high school remembering, like, remember middle school?
It does. It does. I
was a lifetime
remember
ago.
like looking at the competition and being like, okay, who do I have to worry about here who may take my job in terms of who will they hire instead of me? He was one of them. 'Cause I saw
That's great. I understand that like I had okay graphics, but
okay, fuck off, dude. You did
Good
not have okay graphics.
I know I
Just give
labored
yourself
a lot.
compliment for
no,
one
but
time
I was
in your whole life.
I was gonna say, I mean, you were a shoo-in at that point because week after week during the fellowship program for people who don't know, it was like every week for X number of weeks, you made a video. And there were like different kind of boxes to tick.
It was like 3 months to prove that they should hire you.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Full time.
And Ryan, week after week, was like making these like smash hit videos that took like very little effort to
Oh yeah,
shoot.
that was, and to this day I still flex that muscle.
I mean,
Just
it was
like
Like, hit me
incredible.
with one. What is an example?
Chinese people try Panda Express for the first time.
Not only a hit, but a format break.
Yeah. Formats, like conceptually, they were always just so.
And
just
that's
clean
when I was
and
like, what a
clickable.
fucking waste.
Yeah.
He's making this bullshit.
I was like, great work. This is excellent
I was
stuff.
making the Would You Rather Disney graphic banger, and I remember that like destroyed numbers. I also remember I did that format where it was like drunk history, where like people would tell a story and then they would like
Love that. I'm on board.
So I just remember thinking like, and every week I felt like I was gonna get fired. So I was just like, I walked in and I was like, literally the like what people imagined people were thinking constantly at BuzzFeed, like views, I gotta get views, I gotta get views. And I was like so tweaked out, and I was making my little list, and I was like, gotta worry about him. Michelle Khare, I have to worry about her.
Ooh.
Who was
That's
another person that worried me? Those were the two main ones that really worried me, where I was like, I could see them taking these two.
You guys weren't with Kelsey Dara.
No,
She was
no.
She was, she shot up like a
was a
rocket.
monster.
Yeah.
That was intense.
She was a monster in the way
in a positive
that she
monster.
like attacked stuff there.
Yeah. I tell her to this day, I've never met someone with a work ethic like her.
Yes.
It's
No, she was like, she was like a demon there. It was crazy.
We're using the most negative descriptor.
These are positive.
I remember when she'd been there for like 2 weeks, and I was like, "How are you already more confident about your position here than we'll ever be?"
Yeah, she made me feel bad about my confidence, and I was already hired. And I was like, I think she's gonna take my job.
Did you know Jonah before this? Or something? Like, there was this confidence of like she just walked in and just sort of like,
But she backed it up with views, man.
yeah.
She was an intern on a like Chris Reinecker and I shoot. And I remember she said apparently I was very mean to her, but I probably was short with her because she didn't know how to focus the lens.
Yeah. That's an
And I think I was
tough.
like, you do it like this. Stop zooming in and focusing on me and then zooming out. That's not focused. You have to go digitally in and zoom in and do it like this. What is wrong? I was probably like, how do you not know this?
Shane, the only time I've ever seen Shane frustrated.
what?
You weren't mean on set. It was when you were editing, because I sat next to Shane for most of my tenure at BuzzFeed, and he was editing this video, and I just kept hearing going, unbelievable. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I forget the name of the intern who shot the footage for Shane, but it looked like they were shooting it during an earthquake. Like it was like literally you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
I don't
right?
remember which video, but I can see myself. Yeah, I can see myself.
I remember her name too, but yeah, it was a very funny thing to see that. But back to like why I was scared of you was because, with all due respect to everyone at BuzzFeed, you were the only person there who did something that I knew I could never do. Like the graphics you were doing, I was like, I could train as hard as I want. I'm never going to make graphics as good as this guy. And if they value that,
You're
I'm
still
fucked.
right.
Well, I mean,
Exactly. Yeah. Like,
counterpoint, I could never get the number of views that you got. So,
well,
you know,
we
it
made a
balances out.
little
Were
team,
you
I
guys
suppose.
intimidated by us in any way?
Oh, well,
Well,
I
we
mean, you
weren't
guys,
competing against you.
you guys at that point were like elder statesmen, which is crazy because you had been, it's very funny.
We've been there for 6 months.
I know, that's the thing. You guys have been there for months.
Yeah,
and I
wait,
was like, it's the Mount Rushmore.
No,
of
we've been there
BuzzFeed.
for 9 months. If your first shoot was one of the first shoots was Try Guys Underwear, that was shot in like August of 2014. So that was 8 months.
Yeah.
But that was at the Long Price. So you were never at the Beverly office.
No. By the way, you
mean-
got like a styrofoam bead in your head.
Speak on that.
I mean, no, like,
Oh yeah, no, it's a full.
Speak on that sort of metaphor.
Well,
yeah.
He does,
I
yeah.
will say that while this is our shiny new beautiful office,
It's not done.
it's not complete.
I have stuff to do to
It's
it
not.
still.
We don't have sand panels.
Well, the cameras can't see.
So we just put
Yeah.
styrofoam sheets.
Yeah,
I like it.
there's gonna be cool stuff. There's gonna be a floating shelf behind Zach.
Oh,
so
floating shelf.
Oh, like
I
the
love-
Pandora
I love a floating
Islands.
shelf.
yeah,
that.
picture that.
That
I-
is an impressive illusion. The land otherwise pretty underwhelming. I felt like.
You're talking about in
You're
Florida?
talking about the
Pandora and Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, I
it's
Oh,
it's
stunning.
amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought-
so cool.
Unbelievable.
That river
I
ride
still have-
sucks ass,
Oh,
dude.
I just saw
The Navi ride?
The Rivers of Light or Navi River ride. Navi River
oh, we
Journey.
didn't do that, but
The
No.
flying one.
The floating one's
is
incredible. That's so good.
Incredible. But
flying
like
one was
the
the best.
river journey, complete garbage.
It's a river
The whole
ride.
ride.
It's a build up to
they
one
built it up
lady
so
sitting
much.
and dancing.
They did?
Yeah, they did. They were like, "Oh, this features one of the greatest animatronics ever made," which it does. But everything else on the ride is.
But it's
just
also a
cheeks, just straight up
squandered
cheeks.
animatronic. Like if it was real big and impressive, like a
didn't go
big
on this. I
scary
don't know it.
monster, it'd be like,
No,
wow,
I'm saying,
that is
like,
impressive.
I
The
wet.
content of the ride itself was
stinks.
very phoned in. I'd love to tangent into Disney parks.
Well-
That park also features the scariest ride that I think I've ever been on, which is Dinosaur. Yeah. That
Dinosaur's
ride is
great.
fucking
It's
horrifying.
kind of scary. It's like it rides like Indiana Jones in
It's a
terms
skin.
of how it feels. But then it's like a lot of it's like in pitch black darkness. And
Yeah.
then suddenly there's a dinosaur and it's not supposed to be super scary, I don't think, but it is.
No, that dinosaur is fucking horrifying. And
It's
it walks
scary.
too.
Yeah.
I don't like animatronics that
It's
walk.
one that it's like at Epcot and no one knows about it.
Oh,
It's
no,
like an
yeah.
old ride.
Yeah.
No, dinosaurs in Animal
It's in
Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, right?
Oh, that one. I thought there was one. Isn't there one that it's at Epcot that used to be called Dinosaur?
We went on it after we went on the Navi ride because we're like, we need one more hit before
Yeah,
we get
maybe
out
that's
of
what.
here.
Maybe that was. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
One
We
more
rode
hit,
hit.
baby.
we rode that. The
Like you're on your way out, there's no line for Dinosaur, and you're like, maybe.
Yeah.
maybe
Dude, I
we-
miss it. I'm
Maybe this would
having
be
my
good.
bachelor party at Disney World.
Oh, that's
shit,
rad.
Can't wait.
That sounds very up your alley. Now, are you going to get tanked?
I mean, at Epcot, I'm going to because you drink around the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that is my, if any of you want to just see drunk people, I recommend going to Epcot around 5 p.m. and going to one of the last lands, whether that be Canada or Mexico. I start in Mexico
We
kind of
started
man.
in
Canada's
Mexico
a good
as
place
well.
to
No one wants to start in Canada and
Gotta
drink
go
beer out of a
clockwise.
can. That's weird.
Yeah.
But I remember I went with my girlfriend at the time and we ended in Canada and we were like somewhat drunk because we were splitting drinks. We weren't taking a drink each because there's like 11 countries.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a group of bros in front of us who had drank at every place and you could tell. And one of them was struggling to walk and he didn't have a wallet. He had one of those things where it was like a rubber band with credit cards. And he was trying to pay this guy for another beer and he couldn't like get the credit card out of the rubber band and he was just pulling on it and then just exploded.
Beautiful.
And then it went under the cart and he tried to crawl under the cart and the guy was like, sir, you can't do that. And he was like, no, it's all good. And he tried to like move the cart. And I was like, this is incredible.
What I love about Epcot is that it's kind of the magic of Disney, but everyone who works there is like, it's just Epcot.
Yeah,
and
it
they,
is, yeah.
they take down the illusion a little bit. We were in, I believe, Mexico World,
Which is the ride.
I believe they call it Pavilion there.
Los
It's Mexico Pavilion.
Campaneros.
It's
Yeah.
like an
The Three
old
Caballeros?
Yeah.
Donald Duck
that's what it is.
ride.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a very slow river ride through this pyramid, I think. And all of a sudden the sound cuts out and you just hear, "Hola, Try Guys."
Oh boy. Wow.
We're like, whoa, what's going on?
And then we remembered, oh, that's right. They can see you at all times at Disney.
That
It would
is
be
All
true.
spooky if they got
times.
the animatronics to do that.
Oh,
Like
it
if
was
you were
just-
on Pirates and Johnny
Wow.
turned towards you and was like, "Hello, Try Guys."
It's one of those
That would
things
be
though where
beautiful.
like they sell you drinks right at the front of that area and in the back is the ride, but you can't take the drink on the ride. Like, okay, guys, come on now. It's not a fast moving ride.
Yeah.
I can balance this margarita just
They have
fine.
a tequila cave in that Mexico Pavilion.
Uh-huh.
That place is impressive.
There's an avocado margarita, I remember.
There is.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
It's actually
oh,
pretty good.
man.
Is it like mushy? Is it like mixed?
It's just like a slightly more viscous liquid.
just
but
chunks
it's
of
mostly
avocado
water.
around the rim.
And I'll tell you,
Yeah, it's a nice little guacamole.
I don't know about you, Zach, but I have a phone.
Hey, I don't know about you, but I got a phone and you do too.
And
Do
you-
you want to lower your price?
We all have had some really big wireless carriers. You get in, you think you're paying one thing, and by the time you get to the checkout, somehow they've added all these hidden fees, all these things.
We only have one savior in the darkness. I'm talking about Mint Mobile. It's $15 a month.
That's right, it's premium wireless service starting at $15 a month. What could be better? Their secret sauce, Mint Mobile's secret sauce, is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only.
yeah.
So they're passing those savings on to you, baby. By cutting out retail stores, there's no crazy overhead costs that get passed down to you in the form of mystery fees. So instead, Mint just passes on sweet savings directly to you.
I feel like I pay $90.
I pay so much.
I think I pay like $90 every month.
I
which
gotta
is
get to
crazy.
switching. Look, all plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/tryguys. That's mintmobile.com/tryguys. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/tryguys.
It's not mushy. It's refreshing.
The funniest drink that's on the tour is that at some point the only option in that country is limoncello.
Oh,
Yes,
is it
that's,
Italy?
that's in the France pavilion. I
Yeah, you
think.
can
France.
that's the only option.
Oh.
So fun.
Would you like some limoncello?
Would you like a dessert beverage?
Yes, I'll have
Might be.
a super sweet lemon drink
I
right
think
now.
that's like in the midpoint too, which
Yeah.
is funny because like once you get into that like middling area, you start to feel like just like a crackhead walking around there, like looking for any drink you can.
Yeah.
And like you're not even interested in the architecture or the beautiful theming or the rides. You're just like, where
But
is
that
this
English
next?
pub, though, by the time you
It's
get there,
great.
you're like, all right.
And that is one of the
we're ready to.
that's
hop
one of
back
the
on
arguments for starting in Canada
Yeah.
because you get to the English pub second, I believe.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that. Oh, I kind of like it later because then it's like it's a celebratory end, and
Well,
then
then
you just
you
go check out some.
Oh, you could
beavers.
go full like Edgar Wright in there and like
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
see. Exactly.
Is that so? I'm guessing theme park is the thing you are most looking forward to now that you're vaxxed. What about you, Shane? What is your heart needed?
I think music, going to shows.
Oh yeah,
I've already bought a bunch of tickets to a bunch of things. I'm very excited.
right.
Keith and I have been going to Outside Lands last couple years.
Oh, it's great.
Oh,
in
yeah.
San Francisco, and like because of all the weather changes, you can't dress stupid slutty, right? Like
Right.
Yeah.
you have to like
But
you're
you
there.
can.
You can.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
Cold.
cold at the end.
It'll come
so
at a
it's like
cost.
I
Yeah.
feel like it skews a little older. It's not like that running around youthful energy.
Are you guys going this year? Because it's going to be on Halloween this year.
Yeah,
isn't it?
spooky
That
fest.
sounds fun. I've
Let's
never been
get
to
off my lawn description of a music festival. You can't. There's not a lot of energy running around.
Although
I mean, there
is,
it
but-
was the first one that had weed at the festival.
Oh, really?
You
There's a
could
weed
buy
lamp.
joints there.
That's not. I like that.
You
It's
can
just a
buy
more-
everything there.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. It's just compared to Coachella, which is like drunk, frenetic, you're on Molly. Outside Lands is like, we're stoned, we're chill, we're in a beautiful ass park. Let's hang out, sit on a blanket.
I actually like Life is Beautiful for that reason. I've gone every year just because it's like I've always described it as like an old person's festival that no one really knows about because the festival grounds are like downstairs from the hotel, so you could just go up and take a nap
Oh, that's beautiful.
and then
Yeah.
go maybe sit on the blackjack table, have like an old fashioned.
That's
Like I guess I'll go
dangerous.
listen to some music right now.
That's
It's
fun.
music festival plus casual gambling is a
Yeah.
very strange combination.
It's
I've
very
never considered
possible
that.
though.
And it's
Yeah.
old. It's not like New Vegas. It's like the old strip. So you don't have like, fucking Tiesto trying to advertise to you on every billboard that you see.
Big green M&M walking over.
Yeah, you
there.
don't have the M&M factory.
You know, I don't like want to go for the full time, but I'd like to go for 2 hours to that Electric Daisy Carnival.
Oh, EDC?
yeah. I want to go for 2 hours to a rave fest. And
Yeah.
Just be in it for a minute.
Fuck yeah.
Just be like, wow, look at this chaos.
I would do one night at
I
EDC.
think I could do a whole
Where
night
do
of
they
it.
do?
Yeah.
Where do they do that?
It's like on a blacktop in Vegas in the summer. And it's like I don't even I remember seeing the
sweaty.
location for it. It's asphalt. It's on
Yeah.
asphalt in the summer in Vegas and no out which I mean it's a good time because ravers don't wear any clothes. But it's like Jesus, this is it must be
sound fun.
so hot.
I gotta try
Oh my
raving.
Yeah,
You
they're
rave
fucking-
girl.
They're
Yeah.
fucking kicking their shuffling and such.
I've always wondered that. Like Vegas heat, asphalt, drugs, alcohol. That's quite the cocktail.
It really is.
Yeah.
Got to have a pretty high death toll.
Yeah, how
I
many
don't
people
think it has a
die?
death toll, but I don't think anyone's died, but they're not right after. I don't think
Sunstroke
so.
is definitely
Just have
happening
a
there.
morgue tent.
Yeah.
Welcome to EDC, the number one sunstroke
Yeah, it looks like a World War
festival
II
at
camp.
night.
People on
It's a
stretchers
fucking
left
medic
and
tent. Yeah, I don't think anyone's died, but they're not right after, for sure.
No.
There's something's changed.
Yeah, I
inside
think
them.
as long as you like show up at 7 p.m., you'll probably survive.
You guys see any good ghosts lately?
Well, speaking of ghosts, speaking of ghosts, we've got a great new segment here. Obviously, you guys are the Ghoul Boys. You seen spooky stuff?
I think we
We
have
are America's most controversial ghost hunters.
Yeah,
paranormal
right.
bad boys. We've been called.
Can I ask
Some
him?
have said,
Oh, I have a question, but you have a game. Okay. your
Well,
game.
Zach, you're my boss, so take it away.
I'm just curious how you guys feel now. I feel like they've all come after you. There's like a couple more hot boy ghoul hunter combos out there, and are we happy about that? Do we feel like they're making a mockery of the biz? Let's start some beef.
I mean, look, We already have beef with Ghost Adventures.
That's
Zach
true.
Bagans, he is our
So you're saying
arch
we have bigger fish to fry. I agree.
We do have
by
bigger fish to fry. I don't look down upon them. I want them them to get their numbers up there and visit, locations and, sort of
I agree.
put the miles behind them like we have.
Look, when you're
Are we thinking about the same people? There's a couple of
I
them
have no
now.
idea.
there's a
who you're
couple out
talking
there
about.
there's a couple.
I'm assuming they're all just playing Phasmophobia.
or like playing with the Ouija board or something. Look, when you're Superman, you don't care if anybody's tugging on your cape.
Oh, God
Oh,
Hilarious. I love that.
We could have a hunt off. We'll go out there. We'll see who's more skilled as a technician in the field.
Wow.
Would you guys be pissed if we went ghost hunting with someone else other than you?
I'd be
I mean,
a little
I
hurt.
wouldn't be pissed. I'd be heartbroken.
Yeah, I'd be hurt.
I've wanted to do this for years, and it's kind of hurting me that we haven't gone yet.
I mean, we can continue to build up hype for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We took
Alright.
Stephen Lim and put him in a jail cell in London.
Oh my God, it was the
and
most
he refused
boring-
to talk to anything because he did not want to invite. But
Yeah.
he was
Oh, that
talking so
motherfucker.
much shit before.
I mean, Stephen is a religious man. I think he was just talking to Jesus.
He was talking to Jesus.
I think he was like, "Hey, Jesus, I'm here."
but in earnest, not as a
yeah,
bit.
he was like,
I would
Yeah.
do it as a bit.
He was
was
doing
great.
it in earnest.
we
Wow.
went because we shot an episode at this pub years ago, and then when we went back for VidCon London last year, right before the quarantine.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, we went back to the same pub and we were like, oh, it'd be just nice to grab a drink there. And the guy who we interviewed that night was behind the pub and he was
Ian.
like, hello, boys. we were like, oh, we just brought our other friend. And he was like, do you want to go down in the basement and see the ghost? And we were like, yeah. We thought we were like, maybe we could ask him. And he was like, come on. We were like, don't you have to work? He was like, nah.
Despite this impression, he was not Austin Powers.
He basically is.
Time freezes when you're in the basement.
He's a very charming man. I love that guy. But yeah, Stephen Lim, just nothing. No, nothing there.
Yeah. Becky doesn't want me to go ghost hunting. She's
Different.
very,
She won't let him touch a Ouija board.
Yeah.
Mari's not a fan of it either, for me.
Because I'm kind of more on the Shane side of I would love to be proven that it was real.
Yeah.
That would be thrilling. I don't think it's real. I've had some times where I felt things were a little spooky.
You have ghost story.
I have, but I didn't see. I mean, so I have a ghost story from someone else who I worked immediately with, and I was in the room when they came back saying they just saw a ghost in the bathroom. I believed them because they were very specific, and it did match up with the lore of that story in that bathroom, and she didn't know about that lore beforehand.
It was
that
what she saw a little girl.
saw a little girl peeking through the stall at her while she was washing her
giggling.
hands.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then she came back and said, that was so weird. Are there any day camps still going on? She's like, no, they all end at 3. It's like, well, I thought I just saw a little girl. And then my boss at that time, whirled around in his chair is like a little Catholic schoolgirl. She's like, yeah. I was like, you just saw the ghost. And it was literally you saw, and it was there. Apparently there is a little schoolgirl that haunts that bathroom.
Wow.
But she's like a friendly ghost. She's like a chill ghost.
Well, she's a
Horrifying.
peeping
The best
Tom.
ones.
So
Yeah, she's a little. Well, she was looking from the stall perspective.
Oh.
out.
Oh,
That's
So
awful.
not a perv.
No,
Yeah.
so
I
wasn't
just
looking at the
remembered
stall,
our
looking out of
only
it.
crossover that we've ever had was when Keith and I got to go stay with a fan to see the eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
she
right.
had a whole haunting story, and you guys got to diagnose that.
Oh, yeah, that's
fact or
right.
fiction.
I forgot about
That was a really
that.
good one.
Put in some of that magical ghoul boy magic.
Yeah, well,
Bathrooms we haven't had anything really happen in a bathroom. Every time we've been in a
surprised.
bathroom.
have we ever
there's
sort of squatted in them? I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
we have. There's been a couple places where we've tried to investigate in a bathroom.
Think about
because,
how
that was,
vulnerable you are there.
yeah.
Yeah, but it just never happened. I
Also,
don't
there's
know.
a lot of weird sounds in bathrooms because all the plumbing pipes carry all the sounds. So it seems like a place to be spooked.
It's also usually the familiar symptoms, oh yeah, the lights are supposed to flash in there, and maybe a toilet flushes on its own or something like that. Sinks turn on, but none of it ever really happens. The scariest thing that ever happened to me in a bathroom was just, like a bad Chipotle burrito or something.
Yeah, big shit. Sure.
Just a really big dirty shit.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of big dirty shits, you guys have been around the world hunting ghosties. So we thought it'd be a fun segment to play a little game we're calling Spooky or Cookie.
Spooky or cookie?
A classic.
Cookie or cookie?
Cookie.
Spooky or kooky?
Spooky or Cookie.
Is it about a cookie?
Well, you're going to decide if something's a little bit scary or a little bit sweet.
We obviously don't
I
know about
see.
these
Okay.
games beforehand.
Yeah, I
It's
see.
a perfectly rhymed type.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When Miles says we decided
Yeah.
we're
Generous
playing a
use
little
of
game,
the word we.
Yes.
it's a very generous we.
We don't have guests over often. Here we go. The
Could have
first
workshopped
one
the title, yeah.
is this Spooky or Cookie? Jim Carrey. Spooky or Cookie?
Oh man, that's tough.
I'm gonna.
And
I think
not tough in the way the kids say it now.
now that he's back in the Sonic film, which I haven't seen, I heard it's a bit of a return to form. But when that Man on the Moon doc came out, that's spooky to me.
That was
because-
spooky.
That was
Less
weird.
spooky, more annoying, because I
Yeah.
feel like anyone else on that set was probably real tired of Jim Carrey's
Okay, but look
method
at the
acting.
body of work.
I
Yeah.
love the body of
It's
work.
been nonstop.
It's definitely cookie.
We got
It's
the
cookie.
comedies, but then you got The Truman Show, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which for my money is the greatest film ever made.
Bruce Almighty.
Fuck you.
Yeah, dude. The number 23.
The number- yeah, I mean, he's got
Oh my
some
God,
misses.
what a movie.
That Michel Gondry show on Showtime.
Oh,
I don't know if I saw
forgot
that.
the name of it.
Yeah,
Kidding.
Kidding.
Yeah, I haven't
it's
watched
good.
I'm giving him a full-on kooky.
I'm still
I
going
don't know.
spooky.
You guys don't think his like more recent just
artwork.
demeanor isn't spooky?
That's
think
why
it's
I think it's
spooky.
spooky. Yeah.
It's a little
He definitely
spooky.
used to be all kooky. Now he's a little spooky
Cookie,
kooky.
but
Yeah,
yes.
because he feels like a guru now. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
spooky to me.
He's got a
Yeah.
beard of mystery.
Okay, if this is not a good bad binary, then I'm fine calling him spooky. Because I've seen his art. He makes art now.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not
to be
bad, it's just
spooky.
I'm gonna go cookie though. The body of work is enough to overrule the weird enlightenment that he's going through. I listened to a podcast he was on recently, and he seemed fairly normal there. So
That's classic celeb worship culture, right? It's like if someone's good enough, we're like, yeah, he's a fucking nut job, but it's cool.
He's cool.
he
on
made
that
the mask,
interview.
man. Show him some respect. And Ace Ventura, same year.
You
Wait, no,
can-
wait, was that the same year? He had quite the run.
Your personality
Yeah,
can be as
there-
abrasive as you want. You
Yeah.
you churn out them hits, we'll love you all the
Mask.
same.
Yeah, he had a year or two there where it was like crazy.
It was like Mask, Ace Ventura.
Because I think he was still on
I'm
Living
missing
Color.
one.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh my God.
3. That was the
Fantastic,
trifecta in
yeah.
1 year.
I feel like you should watch the number 23 on Guilty Pleasures.
Find someone who
Oh,
loves
That movie
it.
is not good. Doesn't he write all over himself? 23, kind of like a callback to that liar liar scene, which is a comedy, by the way. Number 23 is a horror film.
Yeah, it's a full
Where he has
horror.
blue written all over his face when he's saying the pen is blue.
Lucky for you, Past You was smart.
Oh, I'm so smart.
And they signed up for HelloFresh.
Oh, I'm so smart.
Which you know, it's the service where you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered straight to your door. Woo! And that is why HelloFresh, it's America's #1 meal kit, baby.
Look, genuinely, I have times where I am too busy to go to the grocery store, or I have times where, like, I'm just not feeling well. I'm unmotivated, but I still want to have good quality meals. They make it easy. They measure the ingredients out for you. You're getting good quality food. And look, food, that's the fuel of the rocket ship that is your body, baby. You want to treat that thing right.
I had the saucy pork burrito bowl. It was like going to one of those places where they make the bowls of food for you. You know which one I'm talking about. But I did it at home, and I love pork, and it was quite rewarding, delicious, easy, and fun. So I recommend you do it. I recommend you do it so much that I'm going to tell you right now to go to HelloFresh.com/TryPod12 and use code TryPod12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/TryPod12, code TryPod12 for 12 free meals and free shipping. 12, baby.
What's your favorite number?
12.
All right, we're back for another round of Spooky or Cookie.
America's favorite game show.
America's favorite game
Spooky
show that
or
I
cookie.
came up with on the car
Spooky.
over. Here we go. You hear a bump in the night, but you're in the throes of intercourse. Spooky or cookie?
Spooky.
I would say it's probably. I mean, I don't think I'd noticed that.
Yeah, just a small bump, and it's like, whoa, that was like across the room, but maybe the bed was just kind of
Bump, not a thump.
Yeah.
Is it? Can you do a combo of spooky for that one? Or kooky?
My partner and I went on an anniversary trip to Joshua Tree, and we were in this super bizarre Art Deco house. And we were about to go to sleep. I mean, it was a super cute night. We did like s'mores by the fireplace. We were enjoying like the weird desert art in the backyard. There was this wall of old TVs, like non-operational, but like it was art made out of boxes of old TVs.
Yeah.
And
A lot of
so-
these desert rentals are like really lean into a theme. Like
Yeah.
It's very weird.
So we're about to go to bed. Maggie is like getting into bed and she's crawling over me because like it's one of those beds. She likes to sleep on the inside, so she's over me, and it's like this like cute romantic moment, and we hear, and she freezes, and I'll never forget like her on top of me, and like her eyes just go big, and I'm like, oh my god, what is that? So we're like, something is in the fucking house, and then we hear it again. And I think we hear like a clattering of like a chling.
Shit, is like a chunky little squirrel or something.
In my mind, there is a coyote in the house.
Okay, that
Like
too.
full on, like inside somehow.
Making some tea.
Or this is like a Hills Have Eyes situation because we're like on top of this like isolated mountain. Like someone has come to bash our brains in.
I see.
So it's very clear to me this night is no longer going to be romantic. There's no this is about survival. So I get out and I'm in my underwear and I'm like, what do I? There's this little cat paperweight like a doorstop, but it's like a metal cat. So I pick it up and I'm like, I'm gonna have to go fucking kill something. And I creep out into the living room. There's nothing to see. And I hear it again. And I walk closer and it's fucking static. And I walk closer to the wall of these TVs and it's like a shh that's getting louder and louder. And I'm like, these TVs have not worked since 1964. They are not plugged in. And I know that because I tried earlier. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see, because we had made s'mores by the fireplace, a little mouse trying to drag our metal skewer behind the TV. And it's the sound of...
That's great.
The sound that we heard was the mouse walking on the plate and doing like the clang of the metal thing. It was so scary.
Cookie.
That's good.
That turns out it's Cookie.
That's Cookie.
We
Started
made
spooky.
sweet, sweet love. No, we were so freaked out. we like slept with one eye open the
That's
entire
crazy.
night.
Even after the little, the
Man,
little mouse with the s'more.
That fear dropped deep in our heart.
Yeah.
The old classic, I thought it was a ghost, but it was actually a mouse with a s'more.
I've never had ghost intercourse.
Wait,
Well,
and then the end of the
intercourse
story
with a
is-
ghost in the room or intercourse with a ghost.
Yeah, I
Either.
fucked the ghost after, and it was hot.
Yeah.
It should be
Usually
cold.
There it is. It's never happened to me, but I imagine if I did hear something, it would be kind of hard to go investigate because you're pretty vulnerable when you're walking around with a boner.
Yeah.
True.
You're not very like aerodynamic, you know?
Yeah.
You're like knocking shit over and stuff.
Okay, this is unrelated to
How big
spookiness.
is your boner?
Are you Austin Powers?
Well, your weight is all off balance.
It's all
Second
weird.
Austin Powers reference of the podcast. Stick
but-
around, see if we can
but
get
think
to all
about
three.
it. Like,
Well,
think
all
like,
your brain blood's in your
exactly.
boner.
And you're not thinking straight.
Yeah.
And also, like, remember that scene from
You're
Eastern
not thinking
Promises?
straight. Ryan hangs a little to the left.
Eastern Promises? Remember that? The bathroom
It's very
naked-
impressive what he does in that film.
Imagine if all those guys had a boner while they were fighting.
They didn't. Yeah,
They
as far
did it,
as I
but,
recall.
but it would be harder, I feel like.
You telling me that Vigo wouldn't have been able to take him down if he was a little like half chub?
Maybe half chub, but
I
full?
think Vigo could pull
If
it
he was
off.
full mast, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because that's a handle now.
That's Aragorn you're talking
That's
about.
what you wanted, Miles.
This is what I
Just a
wanted.
conversation.
Yeah. No, I wanted a conversation about
You wanted
boners
your
and
game
intercourse.
So as I've gotten older, I've found that when I wake up in the morning to pee and I walk to the bathroom, the first walk to the bathroom, my ability to walk has gone down so far from days of yesteryear where like my first 5 steps, I'm like, it looks like
You're
I'm
like a
on
toddler.
a boat. Like I am like holding on to everything for support because I'm like,
Jack
like,
Sparrow.
Oh, I have to pee, and I walk like, whoa.
Do that toddler thing where your weight kind of lurches forward and your feet move to
Yeah,
catch
like
up.
it's like a rag doll. But I'm like, is anyone else had this? Is this set in for you yet?
And you don't think this had anything to do with the massive amounts of marijuana you take to sleep every night?
I don't think it does because it's. I'm talking 6 a.m. That's 7 or 8 hours after I've gone to bed.
Later.
That should be out of me by then.
Yeah.
Now, when I wake up at 2 a.m. to pee, then yes, of course, that
Yeah,
is
you're
a
fucked
factor.
up.
But it happens even in the daytime when the light's out.
All right.
I just took 3 edibles to the head. I don't know why I'm
only
groggy.
have
Yeah, what the
one
hell?
Why am I so
edible.
groggy?
But last night I did have a weed drink and a weed edible, and I had a joint. But it was because here's why, guys.
You take
Here's
a
why.
weed
Yeah.
drink.
It was a Monday.
It's because we did a Food Babies video yesterday, and each of us ate like 4 pounds of raw seafood.
Jesus.
And my stomach was torn
Oh?
to bits.
Was
it?
To bits.
What kind of seafood?
Really
Everything.
nice seafood.
Bro, it's super high end, but it was like
All of it.
I had like 10 oysters, like
Damn.
14 3-bite shrimp, like.
You
but
weren't.
anyway, but
I'm sorry.
so my stomach was I was super dehydrated. I was drinking so much water. I felt awful, and was like, the only thing that will help me is weed. And I had a joint, and then I I opened a pack of Pokemon cards and made myself feel better.
That's sick. That's a good feeling every
Yeah.
single time. You
Yeah.
get anything good?
You guys want some? I have some in my car right now. I can run and get.
Unopened packs?
Unopened packs.
I would
You
I would
guys
actually
could
like that very much.
trip down memory lane.
I don't-
He's not a Pokemon man.
I've never been a Pokemon.
Oh,
Pokemon.
well, one good pull.
I mean, I understand.
The first one's always free.
I'm going out the door again, guys. I keep going out the door this episode. I'm gonna go get some.
Okay, Keith's gonna get
I've
some.
been thinking about, well, Keith's the only one who will relate to this. I've been thinking about doing a microdose weed week. See how I
I don't know how
do.
that works.
Maybe
I
we should do
don't
that as
know.
an office.
the whole everyone's in.
Yeah.
Is that when it's like really concentrated or
No, it's
just
like a small dose.
Just a small amount.
micro like they do like acid in Silicon Valley?
What did you think he said?
I was thinking of like what's the like really potent
Macro dose.
Macrodose?
macrodose.
Yeah.
Take a get
I try
shit
macrodosing at work, dude. Just fucking pound of weed every day. See what happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have some good ideas.
Yeah.
All right, Keith's back with the Pokemon cards, which means that it's time for the final segment. Zach, give the intro so the guests
Oh my
aren't
God.
confused.
Spooky or cookie? In this episode.
No, for the final segment.
Oh, but we're not doing Pokemon cards?
No, we're gonna do Pokemon cards at the very end.
Oh, so then this
Oh,
is not.
dude, I can't wait.
So then this is the
Wrap it up.
penultimate
so this is the
segment.
penultimate segment.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
You have no idea how excited
Well,
I
this
just
is
got.
Miles' time.
This is no, but you have to set it up because they're gonna be really confused.
Oh, you want like the whole
Why
thing?
do you have those?
So
Yeah.
this is Miles' time.
No, okay, but they're gonna be
Each week, we ask the youngest and least experienced of us to dole out some advice onto the world. This is advice that'll go for miles with your host,
yeah,
Miles Bonsignore.
It's advice that'll go for miles. Tune it to your.
Yeah, usually it's just them that I have to kind of.
Miles does not like people watching him do this.
Well, I got into a state of comfort, and now we have guests over, so
I'm really gonna watch you.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna
Go for it, Miles. This is the best one you've ever done.
I'm gonna
Okay,
judge
here
every
we go.
move.
It's
every
Miles
word.
time, motherfuckers!
Here we go. Miles time. What the fuck is up, Miles Nation?
I like it already.
How y'all stinky little bitches doing?
You weren't supposed to call them bitches.
Oh
anymore.
yeah, they said not to call them that.
Well, maybe
did
he's
they?
calling our guests.
The fans.
Yeah, you're talking to us, and we
Yeah,
do.
yeah. I am a stinky little bitch. I've been told
Have
that.
you ever wanted to get the Fauci ouchie?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever wanted to slide your noodle around your bros?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe?
What's the advice?
I
We
don't
always
know
try to
what's-
predict what it is too. It's never what you think it might
Yeah.
be.
Picture this. I'm shit-faced on a Saturday noon.
Watch
No.
Wally.
He's saying get vaccinated so you can get sloshed. I think.
Get
I see.
vaccinated so you can go to a bar and get drunk as fuck.
That's a good advice.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
On
Yeah.
Saturday, me and some bros went to a bar. It was an outdoor bar, wearing your mask inside. Sit down, take that mask off, and slurp down a seltzer, but it's beer.
Okay, that's hard to follow, but I got there eventually. Yeah.
So we went out to a bar and we went to another bar, and it was such a little special Saturday treat, really, that I haven't been able to have in a while. And I got a little overindulged.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I woke up with a big headache, but it was all worth it because I feel like partying is 2021 style.
Partying
Yeah.
is good and fun.
Yeah.
Partying's
It's
back, guys.
And
It's
partying
back.
LA is back.
It's making a comeback, baby.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about it anymore because obviously I was pretty nervous.
Yeah. Oh wait. When? Why?
Well, I didn't know what it was going to be like. Or if I was going to be like, get social anxiety at a bar and people were going to be looking at me and stuff.
Yeah,
Miles
yeah.
and I got drunk together on Monday.
We did.
Nice.
Yeah, at a work function, actually.
We saw
doesn't
Fast
surprise
and
me.
Furious 9.
We did.
Oh.
and I
shit.
don't drink anymore, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take one down for Daddy Vin.
Yeah,
it was
Yeah,
worth
you
it.
gotta take one down. For
Was it a
that.
Corona? A Corona.
I did have a Corona during the movie, yeah, and it was
Fuck
awesome.
yeah, dude. That's what Vinny would want.
By the way, so big thing in the Fast universe. They drink Corona. Bud Light had a sponsorship in 8, and that pissed me off. Pissed the world off. Corona's back in this one.
Thank God,
But
brand
they do
loyalty.
not have a close-up of it.
Is there a part, do they like come back to them to such a degree that Vin like takes a swig of a Bud Light and says, tastes like shit?
It's amazing.
It's the movie's heavier on lore than any of the other movies.
I've heard
Fuck
it's
yeah.
like essentially a comedy.
I would say it's a character drama.
Okay.
I would say it's the
Careful here,
closest.
you're talking to the
I mean,
fast
like,
man.
yeah, I know we're talking to the fast man.
Yeah, it's the closest to
I'm
the
the fast
Avengers.
man. Dee-da-bop. Dee-da-bop.
But yeah, that's my advice. Get out there and start partying, vaccinated boys and girls. So
Wow.
go for it is my advice. Yeah.
I'm easing back into polite society. It feels good.
yeah.
Polite society.
Polite
What have you been
society.
easing into?
Like I've gone out to dinner with 2 people, you know.
Oh,
shit,
yeah,
real
dude.
wild.
That's polite.
It's still wonderful. I was
Yeah.
able to go out to lunch on Saturday and then met other people for dinner.
Crazy.
I'm like 2 meals out of the house. I saw 2 different groups of people.
I did a
all-
brunch.
All were vaccinated.
Oh, damn,
Me and
dude.
Chris Reinecker, just
Yeah.
a one-on-one, mano-a-mano brunch.
Beautiful.
There's also like a newfound, like I forgot what it was like to be sort of spontaneous with things.
Oh,
because,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
on Sunday, I like had dropped Sarah off somewhere, and then I was by the new Amoeba Records, and I was like,
Wait, there's a new one?
I'll go in.
Dude, you're fucking wild, man.
Where is it?
It's on Hollywood now instead of Sunset. It's like a
Oh.
block or 2 away. It's
Oh.
by the Shake Shack on
By
Hollywood.
the Pantages.
By the Pantages,
I'm
yeah.
happy that they have
It's
a
a pretty
home.
nice space.
Interesting. I'll have to check
But
that
I was
out.
like, hey, I'm gonna go here. I didn't
awesome.
plan.
I'm coming in. I'm gonna walk around and look at some things and leave without buying anything.
And I'm going to use hand sanitizer 3
I
times.
bought some records.
You want some records?
I was about to say,
Yes.
you get
Oh
anything?
yeah.
That's awesome.
What'd you
get?
get? What'd you get?
I've been talking about it endlessly, but I'm not like the hugest Lord Huron fan.
I've
but
seen-
their new album is insane.
I have it
It's
loaded
like
up because
the
of
most
you.
incredible thing in the world is to like not expect much from a record, and then it is like astounding.
Knocks your socks
need
off.
to listen
I'm
to
going to
it.
listen to it on my way home, and if I post about it incessantly, it'll be
my
because
God.
of you.
They
I'm
did
a-
that song that's like.
They do that, and that's the thing. Like, I like some of their earlier tracks. I
don't
like
recall.
the first album a lot. I like their last 2. I kind of ignored, and then this one is like, I'm gonna be listening to it for the rest of the year.
2 bands that did that to me. The
What?
XX.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I kind of
So
thought they
good.
were a little bit of a snore fest in the beginning. I mean, they got some good songs, but I'm like, I don't want to listen to. And then whatever the album with Dangerous came out, I'm like, this is
So
just
good.
fucking bops. Tame Impala. I feel
Also
like they have
good.
given me no choice but to stan.
Yeah.
I did not intend to be the biggest Tame Impala fan, but I'm like, you look at the body of work. I cannot deny they are the best rock band out right now.
That's yeah.
The best rock.
Who is a better rock band? Right? Have you seen them live?
I have.
They're just
good.
fucking solid, man.
I really enjoyed
I
them.
like
and
the Black
I
Keys
know
band.
that if I listened to them incessantly, I'd probably
You can't
latch
deny
on
it.
to them. But
I did see them back to back with Black Keys, and I thought Black Keys rocked the house
You're
a
gonna
little
fucking
bit.
sit here in my house, look me in the eyes, and tell me that the Black Keys are better than Tame Impala?
I mean, they rocked the house a little bit more. It was bumping
Are
a
you out
little
of
bit
your
more.
fucking mind?
There was more heads bobbing.
oh, you
And
just
I
like
looked
what,
around.
you like Dodge commercials?
you know what was really
I don't know. I don't know if that's relevant, but I was saying that I was.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
watching
I guess so.
I have
yeah,
no-
sure.
I have no
on the
hate
tight
to
on
that.
those curves on the mountain.
the other day.
Black Submarine's a good song.
I was listening to Alt Nation because every now
Sirius
and then when
XM.
XMU plays something dumb, I'll switch over to Alt Nation,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
like maybe there's some good stuff. But they had a spot.
That
during
is
it.
such I'm so with you on
Yeah.
that. That is such a niche
It was like
thing.
we'll see what they're doing over there. But
sure, you're alt.
But they had a bumper where they were like, your only source for the music from next year's car commercials. And I was like, how very self-aware of them.
Keith, open those cards.
Should we do it right here? There's 5.
I don't wanna end.
Should we do
Actually,
this as the Patreon?
let's do for the
exclusive,
Patreon, yeah.
guys. Okay, so come on over to our Patreon. You're gonna get exclusive of us. I have 5 packs of cards. That's 1 pack for each of us.
Wow.
We're gonna open. Surely with these odds, somebody's gonna pull something exciting. I know Ryan's excited. I know
I'm
you're
very excited.
I'm
So
excited.
head on over to patreon.com/try guys. Get yourself an extra little 10 to 15 minutes of sweet audio of us looking at cards.
And video now.
We'll do video. Yeah, we'll do video for this one specifically.
and then maybe we'll talk about music while doing that too.
Yeah, probably.
Guys, give us a rating. Go support the other shows, and then you guys, you got your shit. Please give us a little plug-a-roo.
What are we up to now?
Yeah, dude, we're
Are
so
you
good at
scared
plugs.
it's finishing
what are
out
we
its
doing right
season?
now?
You guys know, if you've listened to this far into the episode, you know Ryan and Shane, you know they're up to great shit. But Puppet History probably truly is one of the true great format shows on the internet right now.
That's great.
It is such a delight. And then Ryan makes some stuff over there too.
Yeah, I mean, I make some bullshit over there. It's not. It pales in comparison to the little blue guy. I've accepted that.
We're all very
You
jealous.
guys, it's very fun. We
I
love
like your
watching
Too Many
your channel.
Spirits.
Oh, we
show.
got.
They get drunk and talk about ghosts.
Oh man, my body doesn't like that show.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I know we were supposed to wrap up here, but you guys kind of do what we once dreamed of doing with our channel, and then we were like, nah, we're not gonna do that. But like you genuinely drop seasons of shows and then you go those shows go away. I feel like you have a real what is it?
Programmatic schedule.
Programmatic schedule, and you have a real quality threshold that I admire. I feel like you guys could get away with phoning it in sometimes, and you refuse to.
Well, we do that with Too Many Spirits.
okay.
Yeah, that's our phone it in show that we stayed up till 2 a.m. finishing.
We
one
shoot
day.
a season of that in 5 hours. And,
Yeah.
out of necessity for our bodies. Because we shot that multiple days in a row.
It would be awful.
Yeah.
Well, I
But-
certainly hope more people start to admire the content because it's we're working real hard over here.
I mean, you guys have a fervent fan base.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
say
true.
you are among the most memed boys on the Twitter.
On the Twitter and the TikTok, which I, as you know, just
there was
found out about.
There was a meme from Eat the Menu, the sprinkles thing, which I was not.
Oh yeah, did you see that?
Have you seen that on TikTok?
What are you talking about?
No.
You saw a meme of us and didn't send it?
My
No,
friend
it was me
informed
and Ryan
of that.
on Keith's.
Oh, see, it's you again.
Yeah, it was,
what were we doing that was so great? Tell me.
It was Ryan eating sprinkles, and he says something like,
We did
I
that-
was always a sprinkles guy. And I think I say, yeah, you look like a sprinkles guy. And,
And
then he
then
says, what the fuck does that mean? And I
like-
said, you look like a sprinkles guy.
it was like a bit too, and people were like, "Man, that guy really
Wow,
hates
Keith, a
us."
great moment of you that was me.
Sounds like I was probably doing this.
You were like a knuckle deep in some sort of
Yeah, dude.
donut over there.
deep.
I was pretty fucked up by the time you guys came on. I
Knuckle
believe.
deep. Yeah, you didn't look great.
Yeah, you didn't look right.
I
There
never
was a
looked great.
sheen about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at some point, my face just goes like
The
very
donut
blank, and
sweats.
but as I continue to shovel food into my body.
That's what you're
Another
supposed to do.
Another fun fact is that the secret weapon key to early Try Guys success was our producer Kay LeBlanc, who now is head of content over at Watcher. So you got a lot of love over there.
Another Terminator.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He truly is.
And, we all met at BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed was a crazy time. I think though BuzzFeed was as much as we like complain about it was awesome.
It was.
It
yeah.
was truly an amazing experience. We got so much experience. We met so many cool people. It was like the best college.
Yeah.
Like it's like a dream college hangout times. And I was talking the other day, I was like, someone's like, yeah, they like let us like drink. I'm like, oh yeah, they used to like put up beer pong tables for us at parties. They were like really like, go fucking have a good time on the days we were supposed to have a good time. It was great.
And I feel like at any other startup, that would feel like, well, they gave you a ping pong table or something. But the whole vibe of BuzzFeed was like, make videos, come up with ideas and do something interesting.
Yeah.
So it was like, it did feel like a very, there was like a magic there for a while. Because even when we were talking about how it felt kind of Hunger Gamesy for a bit there, but everyone, despite the stress of it, like there was a while there where Unscripted was just like, it really did feel like magic. Like you'd get there in the morning and Keith would be like, I'm going to go try and find the nicest bathroom on Hollywood Boulevard. I
remember that video.
See you
The
later.
video's a good video.
I did. It was Dave and Buster's.
It was always like new stuff. every
It's
day.
also crazy that you say it's like college too, because in terms of like what people think college actually does, sets up your career. BuzzFeed actually did set up
Yeah.
all of our careers,
Yeah.
and it was very much like college in that what I thought college was going to be.
That's
like.
the alumni network that's actually getting us all
Yeah,
jobs.
absolutely.
Yeah, it never occurred to me, I don't think until this very minute, but my college experience was, it was like, I didn't have the typical like frenzied college experience. I had like a lot of really close friends, and I was always at the jobs I had post-college, I was always usually like the youngest person there by a significant amount. So I was very kind of closed off, and I always felt like I kind of had to guard my personality a bit. And I realized that when I came to BuzzFeed, I was still that way. I was still very kind of shy. And BuzzFeed, I think, sort of afforded me that sort of like socialization, like that really imperative socialization, where I think it sort of helped me come out of my shell there.
It's true because
That's lovely.
I barely heard a peep out of you.
I was
The first 5 months.
Yeah.
I sat next to you for 5 months.
And
the
like
only time we
people
talked
would
to each
go
other
out
was
on
trailers.
Fridays, and I'd be like, well, I don't know.
Do you remember what I looked like when I started at BuzzFeed? I have changed dramatically.
Yeah.
We've all come on a journey. We've sprouted from our shells. We've evolved like Pokemon.
Like
That's a good
Pokemon,
segue.
so stick
I'm gonna
around.
Wrap this shit up, guys. Thanks for watching. Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
Oh, it was so much fun. We had spooky cookies. The fun had just begun. We talked about Wally. We talked about bands. We talked about humor. We talked about romance. But actually, the romance talk was before the podcast actually started. So that was just for us. The five in the room. The TryPod.
That was good.
Thanks.
Did you come off the dome? Was that off the dome?
That's the official TryPod theme.
Oh.
song.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's official.